Make the screen prettier. You can go ahead and run through a recap.
So many things happened, but I'm going to keep it brief. The first is that we were still in the Blackstaff's tower having a chatty poo about the Castellaners, and what we learned is that they were exceptionally popular and wealthy and then fell on hard times. Until a few years ago when they had a miraculous comeback with lots of money in their coffers, interestingly coinciding with the disappearance of their oldest son. There were no leads as to what had happened to this individual, but they got lots of sympathy and lots of new friends and lots of money and yada yada. They've got two younger children, although those kids aren't seen outside terribly often. Their banking and lending business was very happy, and their competition suffered. There are lots of rumors, but you'd have to ask the correct questions of the right people. That was dropped by our buddy the DM. So we went back to the manor. The Dawn Buddy and the Dawn Brother were discussing the merits of declaring fuck the law, and we all decided we should probably go to bed, except I, yours truly, Blade Biter, go to the library to read because I was annoyed with the state of affairs in the place that was supposedly civilized. Vamir has his terrible recurrent nightmare that results in him uh, producing chunks of innards from his mouth and vomiting in his bedclothes. Krager has to go take a pee, and then he hears the pitter patter of little feet. Gothak hears the same thing and is like, WTF. Cass and Sid hear some sort of similar things, and Sid's like, I shall figure out what's going on, and he Dawn descends very rapidly down to the ground floor. I'm sitting there studying by candlelight, and it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting a little tired, starting to doze off. Next thing I know, some creepy ass voice is reading the Three Billy Goat Scruff, and I come to, and lo and behold, there's a book in the middle of the floor, opened up to that particular children's story. And when the wind blows the pages ominously back to the front of the book, there's an inscription that says, Children know that Mama Esther will always love you. Long story short, we get transported to some other damn dimension. And the creepy lady that used to run an orphanage in our manor comes out of the floor all half dead and yucky and half ethereal and shit and decides she's going to eat the ghost children that Krager and Gothak are upstairs trying to protect. And so there's mist and goo and purple crap, and Gothak's very angry and beating her with her very shiny battle axe, and all of these things are happening. Meanwhile, Sid's downstairs and decides to go in the basement because something's singing, and he likes that, but is pretty sure it's not going to go well. And it was a big and ugly and creepy looking thing, and so he decides to cross the dawn beams and chuck a shiny hammer, I think it was, into the basement, which had absolutely no effect on all the ectoplasmic goo that was down there to go along with the creepy little thing. So of course, at this point, he'd failed to convince anybody, including the creepy thing of the dawn being the way to go.
Shocker.
And right, and so she goes up through another floor because at this point, the creepy lady had been just turning herself into mist and floating through ceilings and floors because that's what you do when you're creepy. And she appears on an upper floor where Krager and Vamir are sort of protecting the children and readying some actions, and proceeds to start eating one of the ghost children, which results in lots of like blood curdling screams. Krager throws the door open and guiding bolts her, and Vamir's like, oh hell no, and Eldritch blasts her, and everything's very shiny, and she goes away. Poor Victor the child was consumed with the other two orphans who were up there hiding, fade away peacefully, and everybody feels a sense of uh gratitude, I guess we could say. But there's still the Mouther in the basement, so we have this Mouther to deal with. So Sid's down there, and at this point he'd been spat on. So he's blind and punching the air, and one by one we all sort of get transported down there because somehow we're still in some other dimension, which is not helpful, but here we are. We all go down there, things smell terrible, there's lots of hitting and a little blinding, and all of these things happen, and we eventually kill that thing. So then we end up coming out of that other dimension, and the windows are no longer bricked up, and we can see that there's still a cooking pot on the stove, which is a little disconcerting. Krager takes care of that because it was full of eyeballs, if I'm remembering correctly. And so we have a couple of days to sort of collect ourselves, we think, although we have to serve our sentences. But there's some bric-a-brac going through town about the fact that there was a haunted tavern that they could see for themselves. So we're going to get a 20 gold piece increase to the profit roll for our business. And people are going to be coming to the grand opening as a result. And then who is it, or who would it be, except the gargoyle herself? Strolls into our little tavern and is like, "Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? I sold this place to these people who sold it to this lady, and yada yada." And we tell her what happened. And she's all like, "Oh, hell." She puts a glyph of warding on the manor, specifically on the mantle of the fireplace in the tavern. She said, "We're speak the command word, which is a Shalgada, if ever we're afraid that some sort of evil, particularly Mama Esther's, has returned." She leaves. The things that we have left to deal with are, we got to serve our sentences. We have to deal with Blastwind, who's inevitably going to come back and just want to talk about the bones in the cellar because they think we killed all those kids, of course. We have a treasure situation to deal with, which at this point is entirely in Vamir's head. We got to go see Meloon War Dragon at the Yawning Portal, and while we're there, we should probably ask people like Volo and Rainier and Floon, etc., about the castle enters. And then, of course, we also have a dinner party to plan for our neighbors. Boom.
Awesome. Give yourself an inspiration. Um, I just added the plus 20 gold pieces for the Legend of the Haunted Tavern to the notes section for when you roll your stuff.
Yay!
So you've
We
gone a couple days, and you've served your sentence for those few days. We'll say a 10 days gone by. You've gone and changed sheets, and what else was you supposed to do? You were supposed to change sheets
stand on a
every morning.
corner,
Yeah.
and be ashamed for ourselves.
Shame.
I was
Shame.
looking forward to that part.
Yeah, we'll have to recite all of the crimes that we.
Crimes, yes.
Disturbing the peace, destruction of
Short
property.
fucking list, a-holes!
No, it's Well,
Make
no,
sure-
we were hunting down cultists, saving the city, fighting fiends across rooftops.
Discovering pizza.
It's all very, very dastardly.
We did
Disturbing
discover
the
pizza.
peace and destruction of property.
And all
discovered
the
pizza.
orphans now know, thanks to Krager, that Blastwind likes to touch the little children. Be scared. Be very scared.
All right. So what do you guys want to do from here?
I'm so angry still. It's really harshing my normal monkey mellow.
I think we gotta get some mirrors and some ale, and a scroll of invisibility.
Oh, we got the ale. We got the magic jug.
Yep. Uh-oh.
We never really had that dinner at our house.
Right, we
that
gotta
we were
deal
supposed to.
with
Is that overcome by events at this point?
It's up to you guys. What else do you need for keys? You got the
We got the
Ale.
jug of magic ale. We gotta get the scroll invisibility and make sure Kragar can read it. And then we've got to get the mirrors to get the sunlight down into the pit.
Did everybody else get disconnected too?
No, sir.
Ah,
Lambda
When
connection
I
lost.
decided it was a good time to reboot my modem.
Oh. We'll wait on you.
And then, of course, we have to go get Meloon War Dragon and ask about the castle lanterns at the Yawning. But I think we can probably do things in a semi-efficient manner. Figure out the mirror situation, go across to the bookworm, get ourselves a scroll, go to the Yawning Portal in one walk.
Let me see. A scroll. You're looking for a scroll of invisibility, right?
Yeah.
Readable by a Dwarfen cleric. Or can it be a potion of invisibility? Maybe we need to hit up.
It says the vault key, one invisible creature. Any creature the what under the effect of an invisibility spell counts as this key, as do naturally invisible creatures. Let me look at this somewhere else, because when it saved, it cut some words off.
Nah, see, in Matt's description of his own creepy vision, it says
Invisible
beam of
creature. Any
sunlight strikes
creature.
us.
Well, I'm just going for the invisible creature. Any creature under the
Okay.
effects of an invisibility spell counts as this key, as do naturally invisible creatures. There was just some extra words. Some extra words in what I had. So it's any creature under the effects of an invisibility spell counts as this key, as do naturally invisible creatures.
Mm.
And the sunlight, natural sunlight is difficult to come by. Oh, I don't know if you guys can read this.
Hey, can we borrow a Sunblade from the Temple of Lathander?
They owe us a
Ooh.
favor.
That would do it.
That would
Yeah,
do
they
it.
do owe us a favor.
Let's do that.
What is it?
A Sunblade.
And could the party be credited with at least one long rest, given that we've had a 10-day of trials at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
Maybe
Oh, you
several
need-
long rests.
You need a long rest? Yeah, you
Well, I mean-
you can take a long rest. It's been a couple days.
Yeah.
Wait, it has?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple days from after the events of the night and when the shield dwarf came to visit.
Oh, heck, I thought we were going out like the day after we got released. Screw our sentence and just like save the.
No, you guys.
Well, he
you
said at the
guys-
beginning that we've done a couple days.
Yeah.
It sounds like we served our sentence lawfully, despite
Yeah,
our best intentions.
you've completed your 10-day and your sentence and all that good stuff.
Well, here's hoping the horde is still there.
The horde will always be there.
The treasure, then.
Okay, well, that's more malleable. So,
So
today the
what is
day?
this thing you want to borrow? Is it something I can read? Because I need to see if it qualifies.
Sunblade. It's a
an item?
magic item.
Hold on, I'm opening up items. Sunblade, S-U-N.
Yeah, it's real. And we'd just be borrowing it anyway. And I have a feeling that since this whole frickin' time we've been repping the temple, those holy favors that we keep talking about earning, we're earning them. Not just lip service, body service.
Ha.
Well, what else do you call getting beat up by shadows and mystical creatures of the dark?
Business as usual.
Right.
Oh, all right. For me, it's service to the temple. Oh, also of import, I managed to reopen the Dawn Fort after the events of the other night. For a little while, it was difficult to get back up there because it seemed like someone tried to battering ram through my trapdoor. And I'm not pointing fingers, but there's only one of you assholes with a battering ram.
Huh. Where can I save this? All right. So what's the plan? What's the plan of action?
Also, I would like to note before we proceed that battering ram through my trapdoor was not a euphemism, and put that in the log. Veil.
Goth egg.
Sounded like a euphemism to me.
Go to the temple. Ask to borrow a magic sword.
All right.
Oh yeah, everybody who hasn't selected their uncommon item should tell the DM what they want.
Oh yeah, everybody have theirs?
Krager needs his, and
Oh,
I think
Brutes of
Lamb do,
Springing.
right?
I've actually got mine.
Okay.
Kragor needs Boots of Springing.
Krieger, are those better than the flying boots that I got? Just wondering.
Well,
Just
it depends.
okay.
As a dwarf, I walk slow. So this puts a little spring in my step, so I can keep up easier.
Okay. There you go. I like your choices. I always liked your choices. I just didn't understand them.
You can jump too.
Oh, I am going to use that 10-day. I'm going to be taking torches from Gothak and throwing continual flame on them in various colors for those 10 days. So, yeah, consider 10 days worth of continual light now on torches.
Whoa.
If they're in his bag, it's dark. If he pulls one out, it's lit.
That's super cool.
That's
That is
downtime.
lit. That is lit.
Consumable,
I just
racial,
begged for money on the same corner that we shouted out our sins.
spells, standard actions.
We should have added that to the sins that you were begging there.
Begging isn't the right word for it. More like
No, it seems right.
soliciting donations on behalf of the church.
Boots.
I would imagine I read books, played my instrument, and drank ale.
Alright, I put the spell effect on your actions tab. I think you already changed it to equipment. And then I put them on your inventory too.
Yep,
So you
there
can
it is.
you can mark them as worn.
Boom.
Whatever needs to happen, Scuzz, there are a whole bunch of us that are still blinded, by the way.
Alright, let me go into all the effects. I think I can do this.
You mean a long rest doesn't repair your eyesight?
Nah, for some reason it didn't.
I was just joking.
So I just removed all the effects. So if you have effects that you need to have put on, put them on. Like them boots, you need to put them back on. And any racial effects or anything like that that's permanent, you can put them back on.
Beep beep beep.
Alright, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta take my wife something.
Okie doke. Vamir, make sure you put your adamantine back on.
You going out and about?
Well, I mean the effect. He had to wipe all the effects off all of us. Right. I don't mean literally, Vamir, fetch your armor. I mean, make sure you apply your effect. But probably that other too, because I assume we're going pretty soon.
Okay, I'm back. Everybody got their things applied? Effects?
Yeah.
So you're heading to where? The Temple of Lathander?
Yep.
I assume So I guess, do we want to try to do everything at once, or are we going to do them separate? Because the bookworm's across the street. The temple's part of the way to Yawning Portal, correct?
No, I think the temple's north, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's correct. And then Yawning Portal is what? I've forgotten.
Water deep. What is going on here?
Maybe let's go do our other rounds, because we can always see if we can score ourselves a scroll of invisibility or some such without having to pay for one.
Yeah. We can talk to Volo or Neverember. Rainier. Never.
Exactly. So, all right, temple and then Yawning Portal it is.
All right, so you head on over to the temple, and you go in, and you meet the priest that's in charge, I guess, and they're asking what they can help you with. Hello?
The monk or the cleric should be, or the priest should be doing the talking.
Yep.
So
I'm doing the talking.
I follow him in because that's what I do. He's my buddy.
It's cool. I know a guy.
May I help you?
Yes, I need to request a temporary use of a magical item.
Temporary use. What do you mean?
I need to borrow a Sunblade, Captain the Vault.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I have been so good about the Dawn lately. I just want to let you know that I ask everybody about every day and how the Dawn-based approach to life can help them. Oh my gosh, Captain, I'm so excited. And I did that thing that you told me to, like listen first and then talk later. First, I listen to see if anybody else is going to talk about the Dawn, and no one ever does. So I do. Oh, it is so good to see you.
Out of character. That was way more terrifying in the same room.
I
That is
believe
all.
it.
You again. I thought I'd seen the last of you.
But Vimir's gonna take care of this one. I'll just.
That scoundrel you brought to the temple a couple 10 days ago. You do know he escaped, right?
Oh, but he was so excited about the Dawn.
Yeah.
And are you sure he didn't just go to spread the good word?
No.
Well,
He's
how do you know? Gone is okay. Gone is okay. I mean, the Dawn leaves every day, but then it comes back.
I don't think he's coming back.
Oh,
Not
have
on his
faith,
own
Captain.
accord.
Have faith because the Dawn always comes back. Maybe he will too.
I was under the impression that it was standard procedure to place a geas.
Well,
What's that?
then the geese helps. That will help every time.
So this magic
small
item
spell.
that you want to borrow, what would it be? A scroll?
A sunblade.
A what?
The sunblade.
You want to borrow the sunblade.
Yes.
Why on earth would you need a sunblade?
I'm trying to save the city.
You can't even use a sunblade.
Excuse me?
What are you going to use a sunblade for?
There's an ancient vault under the city that only opens in the presence of direct sunlight. Unfortunately, it's several hundred feet below ground, which makes getting direct sunlight there rather difficult. The sunblade can circumvent that.
I cannot just let you borrow a sunblade.
Who can?
No one. They're much too valuable to be lending out.
Alright, out of character. I am a member of this church, right?
You're a priest of that church.
Both members of the church, and you could just march up the flagpole, dude. And I could march up my flagpole and see what that does for us.
I'd like to see you ascend the flagpole.
That might be a euphemism. Anyway, carrying on.
This vault. What is this vault? What does it hold?
A vast store of gold, which we fear may be used by criminal elements in the city to unmask the masked lords and seize control of the city.
What are your plans with this hoard?
We'll be returning it to the city. It was embezzled by the last open lord. It's tax money. It belongs to the city.
Lord Neverember. I know the story well.
And who's the douchebags that are trying to abscond with the gold? Isn't it a noble in the town? Some Asmodeus follower.
Yes.
Which nobles?
Castellanter and
Yes, the Castellaners.
who was the
Those
other one?
asshats.
Well,
Growlhund.
there has been rumor.
We've fought demons summoned by those asshats all over town.
Devils, technically.
Demon devil. They don't belong up here.
I have never been so upset at the shadows in my fair city.
You don't say. Do the Castellanters also know of this hoard?
And they have the artifact that informed me about it, so probably.
Taken from us.
I cannot let you borrow a sunblade, but I will send somebody along with you. If you promise that the gold goes back to the city.
I swear.
So the high priest summons one of the other priests or paladins or whatever with the sunblade to go with you. When do you need?
And
when will you be venturing into this vault?
This afternoon.
This afternoon.
Need to pick up a potion of invisibility first.
Could you guys make me invisible?
We don't have any of those, but I can send a priest with you. Where would you like the priest to meet you and when?
I tell him the nearest location to the vault entrance,
Which is
and
where?
no, you never actually said.
Yeah, you just. I have his vision, but we don't have anything beyond that. But you told him that he knows where it is.
It is in an old tower in the South Ward. And let me show you a picture. If I can find it. It's an old tower in the
Wow.
South Ward that looks like that.
Yep, that's a tower.
That that is as shoddy human stone crafting as I have ever seen. So of course it makes sense. It's
Lambda lost connection again.
Did I? I can still hear you guys.
Well, it says you did on my message board. It says waiting for reconnect. Did you get that picture I pushed?
Yep.
Yes.
No, I'm talking Lambda.
Nope.
No, you didn't, huh? It says you reconnected. You push it again.
It just now did the host connection lost reconnected all at once. Yeah, that's a really nice drawing there.
Oh, so you got it? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on your connection there. Okay, so he agrees to send a paladin. Man, I'm getting all kinds of server error things when I'm just trying to open something. Alright, the table froze up on me. Let me give it a minute. So you told what time were you supposed to meet at the old tower in the South Ward?
2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon. Okay, and you have the dwarven ale. You already have that.
Yep.
So now all you need is some kind of invisible creature. And where do you plan on getting that at?
Let's go find a potion of invisibility.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the awning portal to collect Maloon Moor Dragon, talk to a bunch of people there, and potentially get our goodies while we're at it.
Failing that, we can buy a scroll of invisibility from the bookworm.
Yes.
guys, don't take this the wrong way. I'm gonna hang here and wait for the priest with the sunblade and escort him because these Castellaners have infiltrated other places.
You think they'll infiltrate the Temple of Lathander?
Evil knows no bound. And I just lost my host connection.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to reboot this thing because my tables froze.
Oh, it's going down the list.
Yeah, I'm closing it out. Everybody's gonna get booted. I thought it was Sirenscape doing it, but obviously it's not. Something else. All right, the table's back up.
It's funny, I never got kicked.
Neither did
Same.
I.
Oh, but I just saw host connection lost, but it didn't kick.
Um,
We
Yeah,
are
I'm
the
logged in
unkicked.
too.
yeah, you're gonna have to log out then because your characters aren't. Could you see that? What I typed?
We just punted ourselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to log back in.
Could not connect to host. Check network settings.
Yarp.
This is getting tedious with this crap. You guys getting back in?
I've got could not connect twice so far.
Do you want to try generating a new alias host address IP?
Yeah, I'm still getting the stop sign of doom.
That's free for me.
Yeah, I can shut it down and try to create a new alias. Let me see if that helps any. Trying to get this module to close first. Getting a blue circle of death here. Yep, close program. Load campaign. Generate alias. Oh, this is a nice one. I'm putting it in Discord. I'll let you know when the table's up.
I don't know how I feel about that, Scuzzer.
I know, I said it was a good one.
Yeah, it says I can't. I
The
want to go
table
now.
is not loaded yet.
I really just want to go now.
Doesn't nosy have an E?
Yes.
Goblins can't spell.
Yeah, I might have spelled it wrong. I was typing fast.
Oh, I thought it was like randomly generated or something.
It is. I mean, when I typed it in Discord, I typed it fast.
Oh, okay.
Just double check it.
It's taking forever for the table to load. Alright, the table is up. You can try to log in now.
Ah, the blasted message of doom.
What's it saying?
Error, could not connect a host.
Yep.
Alright, let me shut this down the right way and then redo it. Exit program.
Really fair.
Everybody close Fantasy Grounds. When you're closed, let me know and I'll reopen mine.
Close.
Closed.
Closed.
No E. It's Nosy. Warm turtle Nosy. Goblin. So it's spelled right. Or it's spelled right according to Fantasy Grounds.
Oh no, it doesn't have an E. No, wait, it does have an E. What?
Maybe Fantasy Grounds spelled it wrong. Smiteworks did it.
Oh, as an adjective, it doesn't have an E as a... Wait,
Oh.
what? This is... No, it's just a shitty word. It's a shitty word.
So
Screw
sometimes it
English.
does and sometimes it doesn't. One of those things.
I think it's... You know what? It probably has an E in British English.
Pretty sure it's common here too.
Yeah, I just Googled it, and like... It...
It's exactly the same definition no matter which way you type it.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
Stop sign.
Stop signs here too.
Well, the table just started, so maybe you was trying to log in before I was up. It just came up right now.
The stop sign O'Doom.
Really?
Yep.
And you're using that new alias?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Huh.
I wish it
Um,
weren't so.
Let me shut this
Try
down.
rebooting your PC.
Yeah, let me.
I can't wait till we switch to that new client.
Cloud
Same old
hosted.
internet.
Ah,
All right,
direct connection.
I just posted the. Hold on, don't try to connect yet. I'll tell you when the table comes back up, and use the IP instead. See if that helps any.
Standing by. Also, as a report, I did not get a better answer than Vice did when I ran it up the flagpole. It just didn't work better.
They won't give you the sword.
No, they didn't give me the sword either. And the voices from my talking coin are out of ideas.
Did they have any to begin with?
Tons of them. They just weren't good.
They just pretty much whisper all the time, and it's really up to me to figure out what they're saying. You
Wow,
could
the
say that it's interpreted.
table
You
is
could say
up. It came up with a weird. What is this? It's just a random story entry. Huh.
Should we try
So
using
it's
the
up.
address?
Yeah, try using that IP.
you could say that those voices mouth gibberingly.
You could say.
Yes, you could say.
You did say.
I did say.
Same old stop sign.
That's it. Everyone fly to Texas and rent a room. We're gonna play around a table.
Except a long table.
The last thing I
Still
think
got
of
the
is
stop sign O'Doom.
the last thing I could think of is exit program. Oh shit! If I restart my computer, there's a restart. Your device needs to restart, install updates. That might take forever. Let me stop